Okay, this is an introduction to algebraic expressions. First, we're going to go over this idea that I think most people know, that multiplication is really a shorthand for repeated addition. You know, if you go 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, it's the same as 4 getting multiplied by 3. Either way, it equals 12. Okay, well, when you're working with variables, if you go x plus x plus x plus x, it's the same as 4 times x. But in algebra, we don't use the times. We just write a 4 next to the x. So 4x is the same as x plus x plus x plus x. Okay, when we simplify algebraic expressions, we actually don't use these time symbols. But if you had 3 times b times 2 times c times 4 times a like that, what you'd do is you'd multiply the numbers together. 3 times 2 is 6. And then 6 times 4 would be 24. Hey, that's a mistake right there. So the answer would be 24 ABC. And you put the letters, by convention, we put them in alphabetical order. Okay, so we can fix this now. Let's fix this now. That should be 24. Let's put a 24 in there. Let's just put a 24 in there. Okay. Just go like that. And there we go. It's really 24 ABC. Okay. When you multiply 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, what you can do, instead of writing down all those multiplications there, you can use an exponent as a shorthand for multiplication. Just like multiplication is a shorthand for all of these, adding these 3's together, 3 multiplied together 4 times is 3 to the 4th power. Well, how do you use that when you're simplifying things? If you had all of this b times b times b times a, and then times 3 times 2, well, you just multiply the numbers together. 3 times 2 is 6. You write down a and just put a little 2 on top. Then you have a b, and that's b cubed, so you put a little 3 on top of the b. And you don't have to put time symbols. When you have letters and numbers next to each other, there's multiplication happening between them. Let's look at the next one. 3 times 4 times 2, that's 24. There's your b times b is b squared, and a times a squared, a times a times a is a cubed. Now, when you see, we don't use divide in algebra. The divide thing, we actually use a fraction line. So when you have 6a cubed times 2b squared, that's 6 times 2 is 12. A cubed b squared, you just write them next to each other. Instead of divide, we put a fraction line, and then we put this 3 times a times b is 3ab. We put it underneath. Now we go 12 divided by 3. Well, that equals 4. And then a cubed divided by a to the 1st power. One of those a's cancels. And what you do, remember the law of exponents, you go 3 minus 1 gives you a squared. B squared divided by b, 2 minus 1 gives you b to the 1. One of the b's cancels here. Okay, now we're going to have some questions that just practice this. So that's what I want you to do next, is to work on those questions.